Good afternoon. Today is Monday, June the 1st, and this is the first of our check-ins for our reopening team. What we're going to do is we're going to put out a video about every week just to let you know where we're at and where we're going. So what I'd like to do is introduce you to our PWPC homecoming plan. And by the way, there is a congregational survey right under this. There's a link right under this video. Please go to it and take it. About 60 of you have taken it so far. We're looking to get your thoughts, your help, and how you feel comfortable and what we need to do to get everybody back to worshiping together here at PWPC. So let's take a look at the PWPC homecoming plan. And it goes like this. There are guiding principles, and they are loving our neighbors, protecting the vulnerable, listening to leadership. That's in our church, in our presbytery, our local and state governments as well, and the CDC. Listening to leadership, learning from what others are doing, similar-sized businesses and other churches, being flexible in our approach, being able to adapt to new data that's coming out, and responding quickly to updates. So this has been a very fluid situation. There's a lot of new data coming out every single day, and we have some folks on our reopening team that are keeping an eye on this for us. But I cannot tell you how much I appreciate as your pastor, and our reopening team in session appreciates you all being flexible, adaptable, and responsive to our quickly changing situations here. So if you go to the top of the document, it says it's the 2020 COVID-19 homecoming plan. God designed us to gather face-to-face. Online church is okay. It's good. It's good enough for right now. But we really love meeting together face-to-face and being together. It's one of our values. It's one of our priorities, and we want to get back to it as soon as possible. So let's take a look at some of these phases here. The black balloon, you see phase 1, PWPC home worship. That's online Sunday morning worship, daily text message and prayer. If you're not on that, you can email the church office, PWPC_office manager, at yahoo.com, and we'll get you on there. Our daily staff check-ins. We opened up fully in May our administrative operations. We began youth fellowship, and we started acquiring personal protective equipment and hand sanitizer and facility sanitizing equipment. There's a big demand for that right now, and we have a stockpile of masks and some gloves and hand sanitizer and cleaning equipment now, enough to, in earnest, be able to clean on a daily basis here and disinfect and do what we need to do so that people can be safe here. So we're in June right now. Today is June 1st, and we're beginning phase 2 of our opening here. And what is that? We continue with online worship right now. We continue the daily scripture and prayer through text messages, the daily check-ins from our staff. We have limited small group meetings. That would be meetings under 15. If you're outside on the grounds and socially distanced, we don't require you to wear a mask. If you are indoors, then we require you to wear a mask, especially if you are meeting with other folks here indoors. And then lastly, Ruth's Pantry drive-up service is going to be starting this week, June the 3rd. And folks are going to drive in. We're going to take note of who they are, and we're going to put the groceries in the back seat or in their trunk for them, and then they'll continue moving around. So that's June. We've got July and August, which I'll touch on next week when we have our reopening check-in with you. But I just want to say that we do have our eye opening on worship coming up in July. How we're going to do that? We're keeping an eye on the data. We're keeping an eye on CDC guidelines for faith communities. And if you don't mind me being pastoral for a moment, this is but a blip on the timeline of your life and our life here together. 3 or 4 months worshiping at home online, getting focused on our personal worship isn't a bad thing at all. Our lives here on this earth are just a blip on the timeline of eternity. And we'll look back on this, in 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, and we will be happy that we were faithful and patient in coming back to worship. So God bless you all. We look forward to getting back to worship together. Take care, and we'll talk to you again next week for our next reopening update.